Use my code PAY10 to get 10% off your next order of Advanced GG. Destiny 2's Rite of the Nine update has just released, and we've got all new God roll weapons for the rewards when you complete the reprised dungeons. We're going to be going over all the weapons, all the rolls. I'm going to give you my suggestions on what the God rolls are, so you guys know exactly what you guys should be chasing. So Guardians, sit back, relax, and let's get into it.
Yo, it's time to subscribe to Paid to Be Famous. What are you doing?
Subscribe to Paid to Be Famous.
Subscribe to Paid to Be Famous. Like the video, come on.
Hell
you know
yeah.
the drill.
Button.
And slap that like button.
Now the first weapon we're going to be talking about is the New Land Beyond. Technically, it does not have a God roll, but if you pre-order the Edge of Fate expansion, you can get your hands on this right now. Comes with the exotic perk, the Master. Scoring precision hits increases this weapon's damage until the wielder's defeat, and it also has snapshot sights. Landing precision hits substantially increases this weapon's target acquisition, handling, reload speed, and stability for a short duration. And it has the Master basic intrinsic. Scoring precision hits increases this weapon's damage until the wielder's defeat. Massively increases ammo reserves. A lot of Guardians have been waiting for them to put this exotic in the game, so let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments. Did you play D1? Because this was pretty cracked in D1. It was really hard to miss headshots, even if you're getting flinched. So I wonder if it's going to be as good or better than it was in Destiny 1. Now, first up, we have the Judgment Adept legendary kinetic hand cannon that does stasis damage. It does come with the basic origin trait crossing over. This weapon has increased range and handling for the top half of the magazine, while rounds from the bottom half of the magazine deal increased damage. And it also has Gravity Well basic origin trait. Reloading this weapon automatically gathers nearby ammo, which is actually pretty cool in my opinion. Now in that first column, you've got Demolitionist, Keep Away, Lone Wolf, Headstone, Rapid Hit, and Slide Shot. In the last column, Adrenaline Junkie, Paracausal Affinity, Rhyme Stealer, Opening Shot, Timed Payload, and Precision Instrument. Now for PvE, of course, we've got the Headstone combination. Turn the enemies into a Stasis Crystal, and then you pair that with a Rhyme Stealer. Destroy the Stasis Crystal to grant yourself Frost Armor. That is going to be really good. I do also really like the look of Demolitionist to get more grenade ability energy, and you pair that with Timed Payload, because Timed Payload is just going to grant you a passive damage increase in PvE, which is always really good. Paracausal Affinity, final blows of energy types matching this weapon's alignment grant increased damage for a short period of time. That's going to also be a good damage buff. And then I see those PvP players going for Slide Shot. Sliding will refill 15% of the magazine and grant you 20 range and stability for the next shot within 2.5 seconds. And you pair that with Precision Instrument. Direct weapon hints grant a stack of Precision Instrument for 1.25 seconds. Slide Shot Precision Instrument is always a go-to for the Crucible. And of course, for the Crucible, you want to go with like accurized rounds. And you actually are going to get sights on this hand cannon. Sure Shot is going to give you plus 10 range, but it does hurt your stability and handling. But you also do have something like the Hit Mark HCS, which gives you plus 5 range and plus 5 aim assist. So for PvP, I'd say go with Hit Mark, accurized rounds, Slide Shot, and Precision Instrument for PvP. And then for PvE, I really like the look of Demolitionist and Timed Payload. Then up next, we have the Relentless Adept legendary kinetic pulse rifle that does strand damage. This is a high impact frame. Once again, like all these Rite of the Nine weapons, it comes with the crossing over basic origin trait and the Gravity Well. In the first column, you've got Keep Away, Tear, Rapid Hit, Slice, Lone Wolf, and Firefly. And in the last column, you've got Desperado, Elemental Honing, Hatchling, Headseeker, Closing Time, and Paracausal Affinity. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I have never seen Firefly on a strand weapon before, so Firefly already has my attention. And in that last column, you have Elemental Honing. Elemental Honing is going to get you that 35% increase to damage, which wouldn't be that hard to get if you were on a Prismatic subclass. And then for another damage perk, of course, you have Paracausal Affinity, which is going to grant you a 20% increase to damage for 6 seconds. 15% less than Elemental Honing, but much more easier to activate. And then for PvP, you have things like Closing Time, you've got Headseeker, you've got Desperado, Keep Away, Rapid Hit, Lone Wolf. You've got actually a lot of good options for PvP. For the Crucible, I'd go with something like Arrowhead Break to control the recoil. ricochet rounds for more range and stability, something like keep away to increase reload range and accuracy, and then something like head seeker if you wanted a very consistent pulse rifle. But you also do have Desperado, which will drop that TTK a little bit. Then up next we have the Prosecutor Adept legendary energy auto rifle that does arc damage. It's a precision frame, and this one is looking quite spicy for PvE. In that first column, you've got Eddy Current, Dragonfly, Subsistence, Keep Away, Attrition Orbs, and Zen Moment. In the last column, you've got Rolling Storm, Onslaught, Paracausal Affinity, Tap the Trigger, Target Lock, and Volt Shot. Now, already off the bat, a lot of people were chasing that Arc Auto Rifle from the dungeon that got Attrition Orbs and Jolting Feedback. This does not have Jolting Feedback, but it does come with Volt Shot, which is almost as good as Jolting Feedback. Volt Shot, you do have to get a reload in there to activate it, but if you never got that Attrition Orbs Jolting Feedback roll on the auto rifle from the dungeon, well, you got a backup right here. You can go with that. You also have a Rolling Storm to grant stacks of Bolt Charge. Once again, Paracausal Affinity to get that 20% increase to damage. You also have Dragonfly in that first column, which you could pair with Volt Shot for like double explosions, double the chain lightning. That would be pretty sick. And for Crucible, you've got that Keep Away to increase range accuracy, and you also do have Zen Moment, which is really good in PvP. For PvP, I'd probably go with something like Hammerforged Rifling to extend the range, Ricochet Rounds for range and stability, Zen Moment to reduce recoil and flinch over time, and then you do have Target Lock to lower the TTK in the Crucible. You've got Onslaught that'll lower the TTK in the Crucible, or you could go with Tap the Trigger to make this a very consistent auto rifle. And for PvE, Attrition Orbs is just too good to pass up, and you pair that with Volt Shot. This is going to be a very deadly auto rifle in PvE activities. Then up next, we have a brand new pulse rifle called the Cruel Mercy Adept, a legendary energy pulse rifle, does arc damage that you can get from completing the Grandmaster Nightfall. If you're watching this video the first week that it releases, this is actually available right now. It's a heavy burst, fires a hard-hitting 2-round burst, got your standard basic origin traits, Stunning Recovery, Vanguard's Vindication, and Amalon Fluid Dynamics. In the first column, it comes with Dragonfly, Demolitionist, Eddy Current, Fourth Time's a Charm, Keep Away, and Lone Wolf. And in the second column, you've got Rolling Storm, Adrenaline Junkie, Head Seeker, Frenzy, Kill Clip, and Desperado. For PvE, I'm looking at Dragonfly and Rolling Storm. Rolling Storm, you can call down that big lightning bolt. Dragonfly, get those precision kills, cause targets to explode. And for the Crucible, something like Keep Away and Kill Clip would be really good. Kill Clip will grant you that 25% increase to damage for 5 seconds. Or you even have something like Lone Wolf to grant you more aim assist, airborne effectiveness. Pair that with Desperado. That will lower the TTK on this. Got some pretty good perks for a 2-burst pulse rifle right here for PvE and PvP. Then up next, we have a brand new scout rifle called Nature Reclaimed, a legendary energy scout rifle doing solar damage. It's a lightweight frame. You can get this weapon from completing Iron Banner matches and earning rank up packages from Lord Saladin. In that first column, you have Outlaw, Killing Wind, Rapid Hit, Shoot to Loot, Lone Wolf, and Heal Clip. In the second column, you've got Desperate Measures, Box Breathing, Explosive Payload, Incandescent, Precision Instrument, and Kill Clip. Right away for PvE, I'm looking at Heal Clip and Kill Clip. That's going to be a pretty good combo. Also, Desperate Measures in PvE is really easy to keep going. Get a ×3 stack and you're walking around with 30% increase to damage. You also have Incandescent to help spread Scorch to those nearby. That's really good to pair with Heal Clip. Get Heal Clip going and Incandescent going. That'll be a really good combo for PvE. For the Crucible, you have something like Lone Wolf, which will improve aim assist, aim down sight speed, and airborne effectiveness. And you pair that with Precision Instrument, dealing sustained damage, increases precision damage. You just do the classic scout rifle gameplay, sit in the back of the map, increase your damage by getting headshots. Or you can go with the classic Kill Clip, which will grant you a plus 25% increase to damage. Moving on from there, we have the A Sudden Death Adept Legendary Energy Shotgun. Does void damage. It's an aggressive frame. Get it from doing the Rite of the 9 activities. In that first column, you've got 1-2 Punch, Threat Detector, Discord, Envious Assassin, Slide Shot, Repulsor Brace. In the last column, you've got Closing Time, Paracausal Affinity, Destabilizing Rounds, Redirection, Opening Shot, and Trench Barrel. Now, correct me if I'm wrong again, but I don't ever remember seeing a 1-2 Punch and trench barrel combination. I kind of only remember there being one or the other, but you can actually get both of these perks at the same time. Trench barrel dealing melee damage grants the following for the next 3 shots within 5 seconds. Plus 30 reload speed and handling and a 50% increase to damage. You pair that with 1-2 punch. Hitting a target with all 12 shotgun pellets in the spread increases the damage for your next melee attack within 1.2 seconds by 100%. If you guys fancy those melee builds, then this shotgun is going to be amazing with 1-2 punch and trench barrel. You also have redirection. Redirection is a fantastic perk ever since it got reworked for PvE. Hits against minor combatants grant 2 stacks of redirection, maximum of 30 stacks. Hits against elite or higher rank combatants consume up to 3 stacks to grant a 33% increase to damage. And then for PvP, they have the classic slide shot opening shot combo. You can go with something like corkscrew rifling, accurized rounds, slide shot, opening shot for the crucible. And then for PvE, like I said, I'd be going for that 1-2 punch trench barrel just because I've never seen that before on a shotgun. Then up next, we have the Inquisitor Adept, legendary energy shotgun, does arc damage. You can get this from the Flawless chest in Trials of Osiris. It's a slug shotgun, got Envious Assassin, Lone Wolf, Offhand Strike, Loose Change, Perpetual Motion, Slide Shot, and Threat Detector in that first column. In the last column, you've got Bait and Switch, Closing Time, Cascade Point, Fragile Focus, Rolling Storm, Opening Shot, and Precision Instrument. Now for PvP, you do have that combo of Lone Wolf and Closing Time. I do believe Closing Time got nerfed slightly for special weapons, but it's still a good perk to go with. You also have Slide Shot and Opening Shot. Slide Shot's going to increase your range, and Opening Shot is going to increase your range. I do believe there is a cap on slug shotguns, so for the barrel, you don't really need to extend the range. You can go with something like Fluted Barrel to increase the handling by 15 so you can take this out faster. You can get a handling masterwork, accurized rounds, slide shot, and opening shot, and this is going to give you a ton of range in the Crucible. Now when it comes to PvE, slug shotguns haven't been meta in PvE for quite a while, but if they ever do become meta again, Cascade Point is going to be really good. Final blows or sustained precision hits with another weapon increases this weapon's rate of fire for a short duration. So you're just going to be able to dump a whole entire magazine super fast, which will give you a lot of DPS. Or perhaps maybe you could even go with Bait and Switch to get that 30% increase to damage. And that, my friends, is going to do it for all of the reprised weapons that came back for the Rite of the Nine update. Let me know down in the comments what weapons you're going to be chasing, what god rolls you guys are going to be looking for. If you guys are new here, found this video helpful, do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel, leave a like rating down below, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.